Kung papakainin kita, anong gusto mong isubo ko sa'yo? Kung babarilin kita, saan ko itututok? Virgin na virgin ang mapatch na.
We just want also to send a message. It's not okay to out someone.
This is it. The thing that we've been afraid of this whole time, my biggest fear, my darkest secret, it's out. When it did happen, I was thought about Miguel and I thought, what must this guy be going through?
Hello, brothers, sisters, and siblings, and welcome to Transistars! Ayan, so after nung break natin, nagbabalik na po muli kaming tatlo dahil kahit ano pang mangyari sa mundo, babalik at babalik po ang kagandahan namin para pasayahin po kayo. So, Miss Jandy, anong pakiramdam na we're back?
Ayan, nakakatuwa po dahil after just 5 episodes ay nakapirma na po kami sa kontrata for our Season 2. So welcome to our Season 2 premiere!
I also want to take this opportunity to thank one of our viewers, hello Frisco, Tala, for making our new OBB. Wow, taray! Diba?
Ang social niya, it's professionally made. Ang bongga-bongga talaga niya. So, thank you, Frisco. And kung gusto mo maging editor ng vlog namin, usap tayo about the rate na discount.
O diba, OBB, para sa mga pabibi. So ano ba ang eksena natin today?
Alright, yung eksena natin today, Miss Janly, ay ikaw actually ang sasagot niyan sa script. So, ulitin ko, itatanungin kita. Miss Janly, ano bang ganap natin today?
Dahil miss na rin naming lumanti at makakita at makakausap ng lalaki dahil ilang buwan na ba tayong naka-lockdown at quarantine. Meron tayong very special
Wait
guest.
lang, hindi lang siya basta lalaki. Lalaking borta at crush natin.
Kundi,
Na nagpapa-uhaw sa atin.
So, wag na natin patagalin pa, Transistars! Let's give it up for Alex Diaz!
Hello! What's up, Transistors?
Hello!
Transistors!
Transistars.
Transistors na malapit na maging superstars. What's up, guys?
Thanks again for agreeing to do this with us.
Of course. I mean, we've been friends in the industry for a long time. I think neophyte days ko pa lang as an actor. You guys have been there.
The last time I remember was in February, Ilona's birthday.
Si Patch naman, I haven't seen you since. Diyos ko.
Chill out. Super tagal na.
Chill out days pa, grabe. Before we start though, icebreaker muna tayo before we get to the, I know this is gonna be like a meaty episode. Alright, so I think we should play a dating game. Let's do it. With our translators. Okay, so tignan natin kung sino sa inyo ang mapipili ko sa dating game na to, okay? I'll ask you a bunch of questions at the end. Whoever gives me the best set of answers, yan yung pipiliin ko.
Ayan.
Okay.
May the best transistor win.
Let's go. Okay, question 1, ladies. Kung magde-date tayo, saan mo ako ipapasok? Saan store mo ako ipapasok?
Ano store?
I'll start with contestant number 1, Patch. Saan mo ako gustong ipasok?
Gusto kitang ipasok sa pet store kasi mahilig ako sa mga cute na bagay kasing cute mo.
Kung may follow-up question ako, kung pet ako, anong pet ako at bakit?
Kung pet ka, ikaw ay malupet. Ang corny? Ano ba yan? Baka matalo
Benta sa akin yung mga corny na yan. Benta sa akin yan. Janly, kung magde-date tayo.
para mas safe tayo at may physical distancing, online date muna. So, Dadalhin kita sa Lazada or Shopee para mag-shopping tayo. I-add to cart mo. Check-out mo na rin ako.
Teka, may direct endorsement ba to? May makukuha ka bang pera sa pagbanggit niya?
Wala pong endorsement. No, not a PayPal.
I like that. Next one. All right, Louis.
Dahil meron kang abs like pandesal, ipapasok kita sa panaderia para mas mahawakan ko yung mga tinapay mo.
Saan to?
Sa panaderia, sa bakery.
Sa bakery. Okay, good answers, ladies. Okay, question number 2. Kung giniginaw ako, paano mo ako paiinitin?
Hirap naman ito. Dahil relevant siya ngayon at hindi tayo huhulihin ng police, dadalhin kita sa bagong white sand beach ng Manila Bay para mag-camping tayo doon.
Yes.
Pag giniginaw ka, ipapahigop ko sa'yo ang mainit na sabaw ng cream of mushroom.
I like that. I love cream.
Para
Mushroom.
mainitan ka.
Mahilig ako sa cream of mushroom.
Kami rin.
I like that. Ako naman, papahibig ko din sa'yo ang cream of mushroom.
Ay, gusto ko rin yan. Well, ang gagawin ko na lang, papainitin kita, Alex. So, papainumin kita ng mainit na tsaa. Ipaparamdam ko sa'yo ang totoong tea. What's the tea?
Tea for trans.
The tea is piping hot.
Yes! What's the tea?
Okay, question 3. Kung bibigyan mo ako ng internet Zoom lap dance, anong ibubulong mo sa tenga ko? Dadagdagan ko anong kantang ipi-play mo?
Papatugtog tayo ng Loving You ni Beyonce dahil isa tong sexy song for a lap dance. Tapos, hindi lang kita bubulungan. Ipapasok ko rin yung finger ko sa tenga mo at sabihan kita ng #register to vote. Dahil tayong kabataan, #mas marami tayo, #40M strong tayo. Kaya register.
Yes, #mas marami tayo.
Doon ako sa kabilang tenga mo. Tapos hindi ko alam kung anong song i-play ko, pero ang ibubulong ko sa'yo ay Bariya lang po sa umaga. Bariya lang po sa umaga. Kasi maaga ako nagigising these days. So, umaga ko ibibigay yung lap dance sa'yo.
Wala. Yung lap dance sa pampagising.
I woke up like this, ang drama ko dyan.
Louie, paano mo lalo mga si Patch?
Bukod sa lalaplapin na kita,
Straight to the point.
bukod sa, ang ending yan, lap-lap, yun lang. Wala na akong ibubulong. Lap-lapin na lang diretsyo.
Lap na, diretso na.
Lap dance. Lap dance.
Lap dance yun. Lap dance.
Confidence, I like it. I love a lady who is confident in herself. Kung may ipapakita ako sa'yo at may ipapadama ako sa'yo, ano yung ipapakita at ipaparamdam? Go sa'yo.
I would ask for your guns. AKA, braso mo. Yes! Kasi, I love a good arm.
Gusto ko ipakita at iparamdam mo sa akin ang matigas at electrifying mo na mikropono dahil magaling kang host. So gusto ko siyang mag-ibigay.
Pwede bang yan din na rin yung sagot ko? Char. Hindi. Actually, ang sagot ko ay gusto kong makita at maramdaman ang iyong dibdib dahil nandyan ang iyong puso.
Yes. Malaki ang puso ko.
Sabi nila, pag malaki daw ang puso, malaki rin ang paa.
Kung papakainin kita, anong gusto mong isubo ko sa'yo? Patch, anong gusto mong isubo ko sa'yo?
Gusto kong ipasubo mo sa akin yung prinito mong hotdog. Dahil ito ang isa sa mga pambansang merienda ng mga Pilipino. Favorite ko to talaga. So, yung hotdog mo ang gusto kong matikman.
Vegan hot dog kasi di na ako kumakain ng meat.
Ay.
Sige, try na lang.
Gaga! Talong! Talong dapat!
Change answer. Talong na lang.
Gusto ko yung fresh na sushi. So, para mas masarap at di ba, safe from germs and viruses, palutin natin para maging sushi bake siya, para maging on-hand. Si Alex ang sushi bake.
Gusto ko yung skinless. May amoy. Dalawang ganisa. Pero important, skinless. Because I like it cut.
So you don't like it if there's still skin?
Yes. Para mas malasa. Tsaka sumasabog yung lasa agad pag naipasok sa bibig. Pag naisubo. Diba?
Question 6. Kung babarilin kita ng pagmamahal, saan ko itututok? Virgin ang mapatcha.
Gusto kong iputok mo sa tiyan ko. Kasi malaki yung surface area ng tiyan ko. So, masasalo ko at masasalo lahat. Walang matatapon, walang masasayang.
Dahil baril ito ng pagmamahal, pwede mo siya iputok kahit saan. Huwag lang sa dibdib. Huwag lang sa dibdib ko dahil masyadong masakit. Tsaka mahal kasi yung silicone implant.
Yes. We love a good boob job.
Matagal na akong hindi nakaka-visit sa aking derma. I think the best na place na para maputukan ako is sa mukha. Para luminis. Wala ang mga black.
Anong itatawag mo? Anong itatawag mo sa facial na yan?
Love
Facial
facial.
love.
Facial love.
Facial. Love facial.
Hashtag facial love.
Okay. It is a close one.
Drum roll, sino pipiliin ni Alex?
I love a girl who loves facials. Congratulations, Louie!
Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you for obliging me to a good facial.
You made your bed, Louie!
Babu. Hindi, per thank you. But I think that was a fun game. But actually, I wanted to ask, since I won anyway, would you actually date a trans woman? Has it ever crossed your mind?
You know what? I have the biggest crush on Nikita Dragon.
Really?
I really do. And I came out as bisexual, but the more I explore my sexuality, the more I delve deeper into my spirituality, the more I realize that, like, what you see in front of you, what you guys present to the world, that's just your pound of flesh, and the soul really has no gender. I'm definitely open to exploring all kinds of love, and it really is love is love is love is love is love.
Let's explore together.
Pero yun, Alex, you mentioned nga that you are bi. Pero in your own experience, how would you define being bisexual?
I think a lot of the times the powers that came before us are trying to put a label on everything. Bisexuality, homosexuality, autism, all these things to put people in boxes. Because people, when they don't understand something, they're afraid of it. You know, the tendency for humans is to boycott it. I labeled myself as bisexual, but the more I explore it, I find myself to be fluid because I do not see gender when I look at love.
Because we grew up subscribing to the concept of binary. There should always be male and female, when in fact, it's a spectrum. So much more in between the two.
I love the LGBTQ flag. It's like, for each color, there's 100 shades of what preference really is. But yeah, I am bisexual and I'm still exploring, but I'm playing for that team. and I'm gunning for more representation for, just gender fluid people.
So Alex, we want to know more about you.
Yeah, so when I was in kindergarten, I had my first kiss, and she was a girl named Danica Pishonsky. And I also had a crush on like my best friend. I just thought that they were both really fun and cute. As I got older, I just found both genders attractive. It was only when I got to high school that I realized that none of this was okay for a lot of people, and that it was something that you had to hide in the closet. You had to hide in a closet. And all throughout my years in showbiz, I was told to hide this, even though as soon as I realized I've never been good at keeping secrets, it was kind of like an open secret. I remember telling James, and he's like, "That's cool." I told Nadine, she's like, "So," they say the ones that matter don't mind, and the ones that mind don't matter.
Right. Exactly.
People that I look up to are like, James Dean, Harry Styles. They're the kind of people that, whether you're straight, gay, bi, female, male, you look at that and say, like, that's such a cool aesthetic. I hope that if I'm somebody's hero and they feel like they're not alone, which is what's happened with my coming out, like hundreds of thousands of people are messaging me my DMs. I think I've done my job, and it no longer becomes like branding. Alex, don't do this, don't do that. Kasi branding mo. It's like, no, I gotta be me. I gotta be exactly who I am, because if you put me back in the closet, I will kill myself. It'll kill me. And I will never go back in that closet again. And my hope is that nobody ever has to.
Pero kanina, you mentioned nga na yung nangyari sa'yo in the past, it was a very challenging time in your life. You were outed na hindi mo choice yun. Paano yung experience na yun?
A lot of people think that that was the hardest point in my life. I guess in some ways it was. Like, months after, that's when I really felt the effects of kind of like the trauma and PTSD and whatnot. But the actual moment it happened, I was in a circle with like a lot of my close friends, and I was looking at my friend in the eye as soon as it happened. My friend Vanny. This is it. The thing that we've been afraid of this whole time, my biggest fear, my darkest secret, it's out. And why am I okay with this? Like, I finally feel like I was holding my breath for 25 years, and I finally feel like, and it was just met with a lot of tears, a lot of emotions. But overall, it was relief. Finally, this person that I have been protecting, this amazing person on the inside, it has been broken, and I survived. I finally feel like I can be me. It's not exhausting anymore, because the real struggle was leading up to the moment. I was getting wasted, faded, balancing that with work, putting on a brave face, protecting this Alex Diaz character. I would wake up in the morning and I would just cry before I get out of bed. I know that this is something that you guys all relate to, when you've been forced to live a life that you didn't choose, that society has prescribed to you. As soon as it happened, that's when I finally had this sigh of relief. Like, yeah, this is a shitstorm. Maybe it's the end of my career, but I can finally, whether or not I end up with a girl or a boy, I finally get to live my truth.
Grabe yung pressure, no? Like, we've been programmed to really hide and be ashamed of something that feels so natural to us.
We just want also to send a message. It's not okay to out someone without that person's consent.
It's not okay, because you have no idea what somebody's going through. But in that sense, when it did happen, I was thought about Miguel, and I thought, what must this guy be going through? When we actually eventually talked, apparently he was going through a lot. He was really in a dark time in his own life. Suppression, when you're forced to suppress emotions, it's like when you have a sugat, tapos hindi mo siya disinfect, nilagyan mo lang ng band-aid that's going to fester, and the infection is going to rear its head in ugly ways until it eats up your whole body. And that's what happens when people in the LGBTQ community are forced to suppress their sexuality. For me, I don't think I'm a bad-looking guy, and I could definitely get girls if I wanted to. Or
Crush ka nga namin, hello.
You can get us right now.
Yes, 3 beautiful ladies. I definitely feel like if I wanted to, I could get a beautiful girl. But a territory I've never ventured into was, dating men. And when you suppress that, you start to have these skewed perceptions of reality. Like, maybe I'm not desirable. Maybe no one really likes me. To the point where you're doing things like sending messages in a drunken night. And it's basically a cry for validation, because I could never get it for who I really was. And as soon as I was outed, I could finally live my life unhindered by this need to be accepted as this straight version of myself. Me and Miguel talked, and a lot of people are mad that I fixed things with him. I feel lighter because of it. I feel better. And he's in a better place because of it. So I think it all worked out for the best.
That's a new perspective, ha? You're already a celebrity who a lot of people are crushing on, but you still have that need to be validated just because you couldn't be true to yourself. So it says a lot about our need to be true to ourselves.
Parang whether you're bi, trans, straight, or whatever, it's a fundamental human truth of validation, and it stems from the fact that parang you have to be true to yourself.
And you know what? Like, what I went through is nothing compared to the fight that trans women go through every day, the abuse that you guys are subjected to, when all you really want to do is just live your life and just be who you are. And like, oh man, you know, it makes me emotional because people just want to be. They just want to live their life. I have such a respect for you guys as women because trans women are women.
You know, for our audiences, do you want to share any misconceptions about bi people and how do you want to correct these misconceptions?
So I feel like one misconception about bi people is like it's hard for us to date the opposite gender once we come out as bi, especially if you're a dude. It's difficult because if she's like a straight girl, I think a lot of topics that come up whenever, for example, you're stressed or you guys fight, it's easy to use sexuality as ammunition. Maybe this is just me, I don't want to offend anybody, but I feel like a lot of bi people end up with same genders because there's an understanding there. If you're a straight girl or a guy dating a bi person, just understand them and don't use it as like ammunition every time you guys are at a misunderstanding. I think the misconception I'm trying to get at is they think that there's a percentage, like, are you 50% bi or are you 80% guys, 20% girls?
Actually, medyo common yan, no? Na tinatanong.
Oo, totoo. And for me, it's like, no, honey, I'm 100% understanding.
Again, fixated kasi yung mga tao na kailangan clear kung sino yung mas gusto niya at mas attracted ba siya sa men, mas attracted ba siya sa women. Eh, dapat nga, kung bi, hindi na yun consideration. Kasi nga, the thing is, both eh.
Doon ka sa tao nagmamahal.
Totoo.
I think ang solution na lang dun, Alex, date a transgender girl. Para wala nang confusion.
Yun yung maganda kay Alex kasi nga, diba, we may face a lot of challenges, but there would always be a silver lining. And I'm so happy for Alex na he's back, he's with us, with a big smile on his face. Talagang, diba, ayan. Talagang napaka-fresh.
At naka-plunging.
Always naman
At
yung
naka-flex sa mga
plunging with a purpose.
Ako siguro lang to wrap things up. Ang ganda-ganda ng discussion natin. I want to pay it forward. Alex, yung sa mga tao na experiencing what you have experienced before, what do you want to tell them?
Just want to say it's a story of, you know, courage and it's given me purpose as an actor because before it was like me. I hated it. And now finally it feels like there's a purpose because so many people feel less lonely. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to you guys and thank you to all my fans. Thank you to the haters. And I just want you guys to know that you are not alone. And the days draw ever near where you will no longer have to hold your breath and draw your breath in private. This is your world too, and no matter how imperfect you are entitled to every single slice of that cake.
I want cake. I want a slice of you, Alex.
The cake.
Alex, saan nabibili yung cake na yan?
Anything you want to promote to our 300 million subscribers?
Yes. I guess all I want to say is thank you to you guys. Please don't forget to watch MANDO. It's a beautiful story with great characters from different corners of the LGBTQ community and straight community.
So again, thank you so much, Alex, for being with us. Finally, nalinaw natin at mas nakilala ka namin. So maraming salamat. So saktong-sakto because this week we are celebrating Bisexual Awareness Week. Yes, and September 23 is actually International Bisexuality Day. So, we're also why we wanted to have you, di ba? Para mas ma-inform ang ating viewers about bisexuality and about you and who you are.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Do you want more content? E di gumawa ka ng sarili mong vlog. Charot! Subscribe na sa Transistars PH on YouTube. Leave a comment na rin or baka may request ka sa amin. Push mo yan!